Mic check, mic check. What's going on, everyone? Xin chào mọi người. My name is Andre. Some of you know me as Slickbo. So I left Canada and I moved to Vietnam. And I'll tell you why in this video. Yeah, my first destination was Bangkok. I stayed there for about 3 months. Amazing city. Absolutely love it. Made so many new friends. As much as I love Bangkok, I wanted to live in Saigon to see if I like it more than Bangkok. But this video is about me moving to Saigon and why I left Canada. Yeah, being born and raised in Canada, I've lived there my entire life. So I wanted a change. So I decided to pack up everything, leave Canada, and move to Vietnam. I want to pursue a new journey for myself because Canada isn't it for me anymore. Let me tell you about my life in Canada before I moved to Vietnam. No matter what, Canada will always be my home. But for a long time, something felt a bit off. I was caught in the routine of work, bills, and trying to catch up to the cost of living, which is very, very hard in Canada. Even if you have a good job, one of the big problems with Canada is the inflation costs. Like, I have a really good job there. I make good money, but regardless of that, just the cost of living, the cost of buying things, the taxes, it all adds up. I'm still struggling to make ends meet living in Canada. To have a work-life balance there is just very, very tough. Yeah, being born and raised in Canada, I felt like it was a never-ending cycle. I would work 9 to 5, go home, go to the gym, go to sleep, wake up, repeat. The lifestyle in Canada, it's good. I'm from Toronto. Nightlife's fun. There's always a lot of cool events. The only issue is the cost. Just buying a cocktail in Toronto costs about 20 Canadian dollars, which is absolutely insane. While the cost of a drink in Vietnam, let's say a cocktail, is about less than half of what it would be in Canada. The prices of beer, you could buy a can of beer in Vietnam. It costs about less than 50 cents Canadian. Like, it's a lot cheaper if you like the fun lifestyle of going to bars. Yeah, one of the biggest problems for me living in Canada, Toronto specifically, is the weather. It's very, very cold. It could go up to minus 20, 30 in many days of the month. Big snowstorms. It gets dark very early in the day, so people are quite depressed, not happy. In Vietnam, Saigon, it's always hot here. So if you like hot weather, this is a good place to live. Cost of living is very nice. Yeah, I'm staying in a 1-bedroom service apartment. I did do an Airbnb in a condo. I like both. It's very nice. The cool thing about a service apartment is there's someone that comes and cleans your place every week. Depending on the apartment itself, maybe you could get it twice a week. It's included in the cost. Yeah, the nightlife in Saigon is absolutely insane. They really, really love to party here and have fun. The venues are absolutely beautiful. The music's good, the crowd is good, everyone has good energy, good vibes. Ever since I moved here, I haven't seen any real conflict. Like, no one gets into a fist fight. Compared to Canada, if you bump into someone, there's a good chance you're gonna have to throw down and get into a fist fight. But here, I haven't seen anything, nothing too crazy. Why Vietnam? So if you guys don't know, my ethnicity is Vietnamese. Both my parents were born in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. They're both of Vietnamese descent. They moved to Canada when they were very young. One of the biggest reasons why I moved here is to understand my own heritage and culture. I wanted to see the place where both my parents were born and find my roots more. I felt like that was something that was missing for me. Even though I was born and raised in Canada and I'm a Canadian, I just felt like there was something missing inside me. Yeah, so I wanted to come here, understand the lifestyle and culture, learn the language better. My Vietnamese is not that great. I could speak it, I could understand it. I can't read or write, so hopefully living here, I'll improve on my Vietnamese. Every day I try to not use English and speak Vietnamese with the locals. Yeah, many of the local Vietnamese people here, they understand basic English, so you're able to communicate with them if you do not speak the language. Yeah, I've been wanting to live in Saigon for maybe over 5 years now. I just never had the guts to pull the trigger and do it, but I finally did, and I have to say this is definitely the best decision I've made in my entire life. It's been on my mind for so long, but because I was stuck in the comfort of working, living in Canada, I was scared to do it. But once I packed up everything and moved here, I felt like a big weight lifted off my shoulders. And now I don't even want to come back to Canada. I just feel very free living here. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of friends and family back in Toronto. Like I was not like a loner or anything there. Like I did have friends that I hang out with quite often there, but just something was missing. Yeah, the energy of the Vietnamese people, they're just always having a good time. Don't get me wrong, they work very hard. They work long hours, but they seem to have a good lifestyle balance where even if they don't make a lot of money, they're still having fun, they're still happy. I don't see them in a bad mood. The locals I speak to, everyone just seems very happy. Yeah, I felt like moving here was a very, very nice reset for me. In my head, when I was living in Canada, I didn't feel like I was living. I would wake up in the morning, go to work, get off work, go to the gym, go home, eat dinner, sleep, rinse, and repeat. And it was just like that. And then on the weekends, because the weather's so cold, I would just stay in, maybe watch TV or Netflix. And then that was it for the whole week. And then rinse and repeat. There was not much to do. And when I do go out, which is not often, if I go to a bar or a club, let's say, and I drink, I would easily spend $100 to $200 a night. Yeah, but I quit drinking alcohol 6 months ago. So that's a cost that I do not have to worry about anymore. The nightlife here could be cheap. It could also be very expensive. It depends on where you go. If you go to a very bougie rooftop club, the prices could be similar to clubs in Canada, or it could be even more expensive. The bills could rack up very easy. But then the experience you get in Vietnam is definitely next level. Like the party lifestyle there is very fun, very interactive, very high energy. Everyone's very chill. You're paying for what you get. Yeah, the value you get for what you spend is definitely worth it. If you have the money to spend, definitely try it out. You'll have a blast, especially if you're on vacation. Why not splurge a little and enjoy yourself? Yeah, I did think about moving to other countries and living there. But Vietnam really appealed to me, not only because of my ethnicity being Vietnamese, but the cost of living is very good here. Everything's very cheap. If I had to compare it with Bangkok, I would say it's very similar cost of living. I would say Saigon is slightly cheaper than Bangkok for cost of living. I know there are other cities in Vietnam that are much cheaper, like Da Nang. I know many expats and digital nomads live there because they have a beach. It's a bit quieter and cost of living is cheaper. But I'm a city boy by heart, so that's why I decided to stay in Saigon. Maybe in the future I might live in Da Nang for a month or two. We'll see. Yeah, we use the term, I guess I'm considered a Viet Kieu. The term Viet Kieu is someone that is Vietnamese by blood, but they were born or lived in another country for a very long time. Yeah, in Saigon, there are a lot of Viet Kieux like myself. So that is why I wanted to live here, to meet other individuals like me, because we resonate with each other. We understand each other. I feel like though the Viet Kieux that moved to Saigon, their mindset is very similar of mine. Vietnam's very huge for their coffee. I believe they are the second biggest coffee importer in the world, Brazil being number one. The coffee culture here is absolutely insane. If I step outside and go anywhere, every few blocks, there would be several coffee shops. Like there's just, the coffee in Vietnam is really, really good. It's quite addicting, I must say. They use Robusta beans, which is different from the beans that are usually used in North America, like Starbucks and McDonald's and Tim Hortons. They use Arabica, but Vietnam uses Robusta, which has a higher caffeine level. So the coffee really hits. Like once I have one cup, I'm like wired awake. I feel good the entire day. Yeah, the coffee shops here are so beautiful. There are so many. Some of them look run down, but it has that vintage antique vibe, which is very cool. Like all the cafes just have such a cool concept to them. Some of them look super modern. Some of the coffee shops you're sitting on like tiny chairs like this, but it's such a fun vibe. Like this is a Vietnam staple, these small plastic chairs. Like even the restaurants, a lot of the food places, street food, you're sitting on these short chairs. At first, for someone that's like North American like myself, I found it super uncomfortable. But now, oh, I'm used to it. I'm one with the Vietnamese people. Yeah, coffee culture, definitely very different compared to North America. A lot of the people that drink coffee here, they would go into the coffee shop and get their coffee, maybe a snack, and then just chill and people watch. They're just chilling in the chairs, having conversations with each other, watching other people go by, versus the coffee culture back in North America. Majority of the people, they need coffee to stay awake. So they usually just get their coffee and go to work or have to go somewhere. It's very fast-paced, hustle, bustle environment. So you get your coffee and you go straight to work. No time to chill or relax. And one of the crazy things that I noticed coming to Saigon is the pickleball culture. Like they love that sport. Like everywhere I go, there's a pickleball court. I play 2 to 3 times a week with a group of friends. They're locals. They're really good, but the more I play with them, the more I learn and I get better. In Canada, there's quite a lot of pickleball courts too. I believe the sport originated in America. It's very popular in North America as well. But in Vietnam, it's just next level. It's really fun. We eat, we play, we have fun. A lot of the pickleball courts, they have like a mini bar area. So you get drinks. It's like more of a lifestyle community hangout than just strictly going to play the sport. I just started the Run Club community several days ago. And yeah, the first meetup session had a very good turnout. Everyone was very friendly, good energy, good positive vibes. I'm gonna make this a weekly routine. I'll record this journey because I know a lot of you guys want to see my personal growth while being here in Saigon. So I can't wait to share more of that journey with you guys. You know, one of the challenges you might face if you move abroad is missing friends and family. Like the connections that you have built back at home, you're pretty much starting all over. But you just need to put yourself out there by joining communities and meetups. I find like the Run Club is a good way to meet new people. There are Facebook groups that organize events for digital nomads and expats for people to get together. So that's another good way to meet people. Yeah, that is one of the reasons why I want to start this run club community, because some people might be new and have no friends here. This is a good avenue to connect people together and make it more easy and accessible to create new bonds and new friendships while living in Saigon. Another issue one might face, even though many of the locals could speak English, there are some that don't. So language barrier might be a problem, but with Google Translate, it does make things a lot easier. There are also some scams here that people might face, like the taxi cab scam. When you get off the airport, there are a lot of people that try to scam you as a fake taxi or Grab driver. The only suggestion I could give, download the Grab app. That will make your life so much more easier. A driver might offer you a super cheap discount. Most likely it's a scam. They're gonna charge you up the wazoo. So don't go with that. Stick with Grab. Find the driver that's picking you up. Don't go with another driver that says they're Grab. They're like a Grab imposter. They would show you their phone screen that says Grab, but they're not a Grab driver. Just look at the license plate, make sure it matches, and then you're good to go. What I like about moving here is the culture shock. For some people, it might be too much, but for me, it's like a very organized chaos. There's just motorbikes all over the place. Everyone just like yields for each other. That's why there's not much accidents. Like if you're making a turn, you slowly move, and the other motorbikes will slow down or go around you, but there's never a collision head on. It's like the locals here know when and how to yield, which is very cool. One of the crazy experiences coming here, crossing the street without a traffic light. The secret to do it is to go very, very slow, at a very slow walking pace, and put your hand up to make it visible for the drivers that you're slowly crossing. Don't go too fast because they won't be able to weave around you. The drivers would just slowly go around if you walk slow. But if you stop, go, you might get hit. So just keep a steady pace and cross the street. Keep your hand up. We'll make it easier. You don't have to, but it's giving them more awareness that way. The food in Vietnam, not biased, but it's probably one of the best. Definitely top 3 for me. The food could be spicy, very flavorful. Lots of meat, vegetables, and grain. Not much dairy food in Vietnamese food. Some of the dishes I'll name that you must try: pho, bún bò Huế, aka BBH, banh mi, hủ tiếu, băng cuông, bánh xèo. I could keep going. You know what? Maybe I'll just make a separate video on me trying all these foods for you guys, because this would be a very long video otherwise. Moving abroad forces you to figure things out, like visa situation, finding a place to stay, to live, things to do, how to make new friends, how to meet people, how to get out of your comfort zone. I moved to Thailand first for 3 months before moving to Vietnam to force myself to get out of my comfort zone, because I don't speak the Thai language. I don't know the culture at all. When I first moved there, I had no friends. It really challenged me to evolve as a person. And that is why I chose Bangkok first before Saigon. Because I know in Saigon, if I go there, I do have relatives there. So it's kind of like I'm cheating. So I wanted to really challenge myself. And that's why I moved to Bangkok for a while. Yeah, even doing that, I was able to make many strong connections, many new friends, joining many communities, and meeting a lot of like-minded individuals. That has made me change a lot as a person. And that is why I started this YouTube, to document my journey of growth. I want to see how I slowly evolved and look back on old videos of myself versus future videos, to see how much I have changed in my life. Yeah, pretty much if you're feeling stuck, not happy, yeah, as long as you plan everything in advance and trust the process, everything should be okay. Before you sell everything and move somewhere, definitely go there first as a tourist for maybe a week or so, just to see if you like the vibe or not. And then if you find like you love it and you could see yourself living there, then the next step is to make sure that you're financially stable to make such a move and pull the trigger and go. And if you like it, you stay. If you don't like it, you just move back home, right? Most people that I have met when I was living in Bangkok and Saigon that have made the move out here, they love it, and none of them want to move back home. So just trust the process. Believe in yourself, and I'm sure you'll do great things in your life. I didn't just move here without any planning. I've been to Saigon about 5 times now, I believe. The first time I was here was when I was like only 10 years old, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, even as a kid, I wanted to live here. So I think that was a sign for me, right? Every time I've been here, I loved it so much. I would just go back to Canada and be like, I really want to live here. And now here we are, and I am finally doing something that I really dreamed of for a very long time. Yeah, it took me this long to finally pull the trigger and move out here. But you know what? It was definitely the best decision of my life. This is just the start of my journey. If you're curious about life in Saigon, the lifestyle, the culture, I will be creating a lot of YouTube videos on all that stuff. So follow me on my journey, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell notifications for future videos of me in Saigon. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace out with love.